With the election of Ayatollah Ibrahim Raisi as president of the Iranian Republic, things have changed drastically in West Asia. Raisi beat the reformist Mr Rouhani, who completed his 2 terms in power. Iran is now entering a new phase, is going back to its revolutionary roots and in a more powerful way than ever before. The 3 powers, legislative, executive and judicial powers, are united in the hands of this man and is now under the direct supervision of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the leader, the supreme leader of Iran. Ayatollah Raisi is biased towards the poor and the marginalized, belongs to the religious elite of Mashhad and is known for his fight against corruption and the corrupt. You only have to look at the current situation of panic in Israel. They aren't happy. Raisi's victory has caused the state of Israel, its government and its political and media elite to tremble. The Israelis know very well that Ayatollah Raisi, who will assume his duties in mid-August, will strengthen Iran's military capabilities in West Asia and possibly force the international community to accept Iran once again. The new Iranian president isn't just the president who's going to run his term, but many believe, and myself too, he's being prepared by Ayatollah Khamenei, the supreme leader, to be his successor. But is going to definitely face challenges, and this video will focus on those very challenges. The first challenge, facing the stifling economic crisis that his country is facing due to US sanctions. The second, negotiations with the United States and other powers relating to the revival of the nuclear agreement. Ayatollah Raisi has said his approach to foreign policy would not be limited by the nuclear deal negotiated by Rouhani, which saw Iran agree to limit its nuclear program in return for sanction relief. I think there's going to be some tough talks from Raisi on the nuclear deal very soon. The third, relations with the neighbouring Gulf countries, Iran's regional position and the new international alliances that Iran has forged, especially with Russia, China, North Korea, in its military and economic aspects. What is certain is that Mr Raisi, who is considered one of the personalities closest to the supreme leader, currently has a clear roadmap for dealing with it. In this regard, his victory wasn't a coincidence, but rather after a years-long preparation process. I won't argue at all that Ayatollah Khamenei, the supreme leader, is the decision maker in Iran. Nor am I revealing a secret when I say the Ayatollah Khamenei was not comfortable with President Rouhani and his team managing the country's affairs. The gateway to the nuclear agreement with the United States and the other countries made matters worse for Iran. The withdrawal of the deal by former President Donald Trump in 2018 under Israeli pressure was a blow to Iran, and Rouhani wasn't entirely doing a great job. The Ayatollah and the people of Iran weren't happy either. And that's why the Ayatollah Khamenei made opportunities for Raisi to win the presidential elections, because it postpones evil efforts by the United States in Vienna nuclear negotiations until the new Iranian president and his team members take office and deal with it appropriately without giving the farm away. When Raisi's victory was announced, it changed Iran completely. The Iran today, with Raisi, is closer to the first spring stage of the Iranian Islamic Revolution that was ignited by Ayatollah Khomenei. Today's Iran has become more powerful militarily and politically because it's based on a self-made military industry with a huge nuclear arsenal of advanced homemade missiles, allied military arms strike in more than one Middle Eastern country such as Iraq, Lebanon, Yemen and the Gaza Strip. All this isn't a joke. The presence of Mr Raisi at the top of the executive authority in Iran with the support of the supreme leader means returning Iran to the stage before signing of the nuclear agreement and strengthening its position in the Vienna negotiations. Raisi is a revolutionary president. Conservative means in itself a strong pressure card on the United States to make greater concessions than the issue of lifting the sanctions in full, including recognizing Iran's regional position, especially after the United States has decided to withdraw from West Asia and to focus on the rising Chinese threat in East Asia. I'm almost certain that the rising American hopes of reaching a nuclear agreement before Mr Raisi takes office next August are almost non-existent.
هدف نهایی اونها معلومه. هدفشون براندازی جمهوری اسلامی است. البته دولت قبل آمریکا اینو به رو نمی آورد. خلاف این رو می گفت. البته اونا هم هدفشون همین بود. اینا که دیگه حالا همطور صریح بدون هیچ ملاحظه‌ای همین حرفا رو بیان میکنن، میگن
of those elements inside of Iran that would lead to a peaceful transition of that government.
که باید جمهوری اسلامی رو براندازی کنیم. وسیلهشون این است که ابزارهای اقتدار ملی را از جمهوری اسلامی بگیرن. اقتدار ملی ابزارهایی دارد. یکی از مهمترین ابزارهای اقتدار ملی عواطف مردم و افکار عمومی مردمه که در جهت صلاح و حکمت مردم و حکومت حرکت میکنه. این افکار عمومی میخوان اینه از جمهوری اسلامی سلب کنه. یکی از ابزارهای اقتدار ملی ما همین حضور ما در منطقه است. حضور جمهوری اسلامی در منطقه، حضور قدرتمندانه جمهوری اسلامی در منطقه، این یکی از ابزارهای اقتدار ملی است. ملت رو قدرتمند نشان میده و واقعا هم هست. میخوان اینو از بین ببرن. حالا فلان رئیس جمهور اروپایی یا حالا آمریکایی ها که جرئت نمیکنن مذاکره رو با ما بیارن، اما فلان اروپایی ما میخوایم درباره حضور ایران در منطقه بحث کنیم. خب درباره حضور شما در منطقه بحث کنیم. شما چرا میخواید تو منطقه حضور پیدا کنید؟ این از ابزار اقتدار ملی است. اینو میخوان سلب کنن از جمهوری اسلامی. یکی از ابزارهای اقتدار ملی قدرت دفاعی کشور است. اینو میخوان از جمهوری اسلامی بگیرن. اینقدر که میبینید رو مسئله موشک هیاهو میکنن، جنجال میکنن، به خاطر این. اگر چنانچه یک ملتی توانست کسی رو که از راه دور به اون موشک پرتاب میکنه پاسخ مناسب بهش بده، خب این یک اقتداره. این اقتدار رو امروز جمهوری اسلامی داره و اینو میخوان نداشته باشه. ابزارهای اقتدار ملی رو میخوان بگیرن. این آقایی که در رأس اونجاست اگرچه آدم متعادلی نیست ظاهراً.
We could not create a leader more dangerously mentally ill than Donald Trump. He's a paranoid, psychopathic narcissist.
همین روزا در آمریکا صحبت مشکل روانی و دکتر روانی و روانشناس اینهاست براش. منتها این را هم بدانه، هم او هم اجزای حکومت و دوروری ها، این دیوانه بازی های نمایشی هم بی جواب نخواهد موند. جمهوری اسلامی بر پایه ارکان و اصول خود محکم می‌ایستد، از آنها دفاع میکنه، از ملتش دفاع میکنه، از منافعش دفاع میکنه و تسلیم زورگویی و اینها نمیشه. بدانن که این ملت به این نظام محکم ایستاده است. این نظام توانایی این کار رو داره و انشالله خواهد کرد.